The last 15 years for consumers and the retail industry in particular has been a 15 years of uninterrupted prosperity by and large. Real disposable incomes increased. Consumers were willing to buy and buy and buy and take risks and experiments in doing so. And today, what do we have? Shopping malls, particularly in the United States and in some parts of the United States, that are deserted. And I must tell you, for those of you that like surfing on the internet, go and have a look at a website called deadmalls.com, which is a fascinating website where people visit malls that are dead, and they put up pictures of these malls on this website, deadmalls.com. But we've gone from the heady days of consumerism, indeed, to a much tougher trading environment. In fact, a trading environment now which we call in the business recession trading. Customers and consumers are not just price-focused, but they are now focused on every aspect of trading, online and offline. Every aspect of the shopping experience is now uppermost in the mind of consumers, from product to price to service. It's all there. And customers today, in the global economic recession right now, have new psychological trends when they go out and buy goods and services. They focus on the ethics of products. They are interested to know which companies have an ethical philosophy, and they buy products according to those ethics. Customers and consumers now decide in a discretionary fashion to trade down, to spend less. We call it discretionary thrift. Consumers want simplicity in their life now. They want less fuss and they want to accumulate less stuff. It's all part and parcel of this new world we live in. And indeed, for many, there's a move from the old days of conspicuous consumption to conscious consumerism. We now think about our purchases. We think about the role of the company, what that company does for us, what it does for society. And I spoke in the last lecture about technology and about how fast technology moves. And one of the most important changes that has taken place over the course of the last couple of years is the ability of you, the consumer, to use technology to report back on your shopping experience. In the time it takes you right now to read this particular slide, a disgruntled shopper could tweet their poor customer experience to thousands, if not millions of people. All of you might know what Twitter is. You can don't know how many Twitter maniacs there are in the audience here, but of course, you can simply put online your shopping experience or your travel experience for that matter. I'm sure many of you in this room use a website called TripAdvisor. How many people in this room have accessed TripAdvisor.com? That's a pretty good proportion of this audience. And if you don't have a good experience, you will put that experience on TripAdvisor. It takes you 5 minutes to write it. The world gets to see it. It's a much more competitive environment for the consumer and for retailers as well. And all of us have become advocates, consumer advocates in some way or other. We are discovering new, cheaper, and efficient versions of products, and we are telling the world about it using the internet, using the connectivity. And as a result, product loyalty and brand loyalty that there was in the past to certain brands, well, it doesn't actually exist anymore. Word of mouth and social media and these constant report backs that we give our friends and family, all of this opens up new information to us. Loyalty of the past is no longer there. And we are using more and more, and you will see the use of your mobile telephone, your cellular telephone, as a tool when it comes to purchasing and shopping. Some of you already will live in cities where when you go into your store to go and buy groceries, that mobile telephone will feed you the specials of the day in that particular store where you happen to be. It's already operational. Mobile commerce is going to enhance shopping across the board. And all of us are going to have a profile. We already have a profile lurking in the computers of the world's major retailers. It's a personalized profile that will enable every retailer to know your shopping habits, what you buy, what you don't buy for that matter, and they will target you as you walk through a store very, very effectively. And that's what the trolley of the future will look like. It's coming there. The shopping trolley will have a monitor. It will give you the specials on the shelf as you walk down the aisle for canned foods or for fresh vegetables. That monitor will give you the details. Advancing technology ahead of the point of sale will become one of the key trends in future. But if you think that consumers are not looking for fun and for a little bit of luxury in their life, you are wrong. All of us still want a little bit of luxury, only that little bit of luxury perhaps is a bit smaller than we were used to in the past. Louis Vuitton now make a very nice cola-sized can little bag, and if you want that luxury, it now perhaps comes in smaller quantities for perhaps some of you. For retailers who make products, the big seller today on the shelves are not the branded products, but the private brands, the in-store brands that retailers have, particularly in the supermarket category. If you are creating private brands, that's the way to go. And let me tell you, for a lot of young people who want to save a penny or two or three on buying washing powder for that matter, they will buy the in-store brand. They won't buy the Tide or whatever your local brand is. And getting them back in future to buy the branded product is going to be extremely difficult. Once consumers move to a perfectly adequate substitute like a private brand, getting them back will be tough. It's a change in the way people think and a change in the way they shop as well. And here's where the change is coming in even greater numbers. In the developing world, 1 billion new consumers will enter the global marketplace in emerging market countries with about $9 or $10 trillion to spend. And from now, for the next 5 years or so, the consumer spending power will increase from $4 trillion to more than $9 trillion in the developing countries of this world.